Hello students, fellow Facebook and YouTube users, how's it going? Listen, this video, I would like to talk about consistency and practice. I put up a video, actually my first video that I ever did had to do with inspiration and practice tips, routines, something like that. Anyway, this is a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more concise, okay? I wanted to talk to you about the importance of practice and how to be consistent, and that you need a consistent time and day to practice every day so it becomes a habit. Okay, so here's the scoop. If you're like a little kid, and when I say little kid, I mean 5 to 10, okay? 5 to 8, 5 to 10. Repetition is more important than how long you practice, okay? Hopefully moms and dads are watching this video as well. So for your kids at home, moms and dads, please be sure that they practice between the ages of 5 and 10, 5 and 8, that they practice not so much that, oh, well, he practiced for 20 minutes or she practiced for 30 minutes. The thing is, when a student has the idea that they're going to practice for a certain amount of time, what they do is they block that time out in their head, and they're thinking, well, my 30 minutes is almost up, my 30 minutes is almost up, my 30-minute video games. Once their lesson or their practice time is finished, they're off to the next thing already. That is not good. It does not promote healthy consistency. What we want for young kids, for young students, is repetition. So I recommend that they practice each song 5 times a day. Even if I assign you, say if I'm your teacher, I'm Mr. Mike, I assign you your song, and I tell you to practice the song for the week one hand at a time. That means that each time you practice, which should be every day, especially for beginner students, you should practice each hand 5 times separately for a total of 10 times together. If you have 3 songs that you're working on, and each song you play one hand at a time, then you should practice each song hand separately 5 times in a row for a total of 30 times. Repetition at a young age is what's most important. This way, it starts to promote healthy consistency and a routine. It is so vital to try to practice at the same time every day. I know that's not manageable for multiple different types of lifestyles, especially for kids who have a lot of after-school activities. If they're super busy at home, or if they're super busy with soccer and baseball and gymnastics and figure skating and whatever, okay, especially if they have siblings or if mom and dad are working late, I get it. But you need to find a time to practice. Piano is just as important as football and soccer, etc., etc., etc. In fact, in some ways more so, because it is an education and will make you more intelligent and disciplined for all things in life, including their further later in life adult responsibilities. It will make them a more disciplined and consistent person. So practice at the same time every day. It is vital. Students 10 and up tend to say 15 or so, maybe even 12, 30 to 45 minutes a day. Listen, it sounds like a lot. It really isn't, okay? 30 to 45 minutes a day, each day, 7 days a week. If you can manage it, and if you have enough material, as you get older, I recommend an hour and a half to 2 hours every single day, okay? Probably for students who are 14 and up, especially because they'll be working on much more difficult material. Now, for myself, I try to practice an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, and I end up practicing that about 5 days a week, sometimes 4, okay, but at least I'm doing something consistent every day. I usually don't practice on the weekends. I'm very busy. I'm still working and teaching other lessons, okay? So I don't really have time on the weekends. I go out with friends and family every Saturday, Sunday, or maybe I'm just tired. For me, I practice in the morning. So between the 8 hours of 8:30 a.m. and 12 p.m., I am practicing piano. Now, I usually do 2 hours. So if I start at 8:30, I'll end at 10:30. If I start at 10, I'll end at 12. Okay, so that's the idea. I usually don't like to start past 9:30 though, because by the time 9:45, 10 o'clock rolls around, my motivation is completely different. And then I'm subconscious and self-conscious about and anxious about the responsibilities I have to take care of during the day. So I really like to practice after my breakfast, after my coffee, when I have a clear mind and I have the place to myself and I can focus on what I need to focus on. Same time every day. Consistency. Young kids, 5 to 10, 5 to 8 years old, repetition 5 times a day, every song they're playing. Okay, older students, 10 to 15, 30 to 45 minutes, 14 and up, an hour and a half to 2 hours every day. Remember, when you practice, the longer you practice, you need less days to practice, unless you're very inconsistent. So if you're not a consistent learner, then you need more practice. But if you learn things more quickly, you need less time to practice because you'll remember those things, okay? Please practice. It is important. And remember that counting is the #1 rule in music. Whatever you're practicing, if you're not counting, you're not practicing it correctly. You need to count. It will help your interpretation. It will help you internalize rhythm. And ultimately, especially for the piano, it will help with coordination. It is vital. Every time to practice, whatever material I give you, I always write the numbers in for all my students. There is no excuse. You must count. You must be consistent. You must practice. Piano is a very difficult, time-consuming instrument. Always remember, once you learn music and you learn how to play piano, no one, and I mean no one, can ever take that skill away from you. Thank you all. Please practice, and I'll see you at your lessons. Mr. Mike out. Bye-bye.